Sabotage, this is Jeff.
This is David.
Hi, David.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, that was... Wait, hold on. I spiked the... Okay, it was too loud. That's fine.
Sorry.
I'll fix it in post.
My bad.
It's not your fault. I also was too close.
Okay.
We are going to recommend another game, another video game, you might say.
Another game that is near and dear to your heart.
Yes, near and dear to my heart. It is Turok Dinosaur Hunter, originally for the N64 in 97? 1997?
That sounds about right.
Dinosaur Hunter release date is...
Okay, you're going to have to stop that.
Okay, February 28th, 1997, according to Google.
All right. You got
I was correct.
You were. Oh, God, that hurt my ear.
It is a first-person shooter on the N64. And it was very awesome.
Right. It's something.
And Night Dive Studios made a remake, or a port, a very, very good remake / port. I guess it's more of a remaster, not a remake.
Right.
For Steam that is available. We'll be going through some of that. This game is very awesome. It is a very fast first-person shooter. It is a very early first-person shooter for consoles, and we'll cover a lot more about why I think it's actually pretty fun to play even now as we go on through the actual recommendation. But yes, 3 thumbs up and 7 out of 6 stars. 10 reasons that I can't. All right.
Did you just nominate one of my thumbs?
Yes, I nominated a thumb. It's a phantom thumb. This is the Night Dive Studios logo.
That's an awesome logo. Wow.
I know, right?
Jeez. Okay.
They're making a habit of doing this kind of thing, remasters of older games, and doing it very well. I think that they are planning to do Turok 2: Seeds of Evil.
I know more about that one.
Yeah, you know more about that one. It's the one with the cerebral bore
and the one with the mine layer that was really awesome.
And the razor wind and the shredder shotgun.
Yes.
This is not that game, though.
Nope.
This came before that. There is our main
character,
Turok.
obviously.
Yeah. The eponymous Dinosaur Hunter. Turok is actually a title, not a name.
What?
So I think that he is the Turok.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's correct. Hold on.
I honestly
look at some of these beautiful options
that you have for this, almost 20-year-old game. And you'll be playing this this first level you're going to be doing on hardcore because, like Doom...
It's the new difficulty that they've added for the PC version.
Oh, this is new. Okay.
The hardcore difficulty is double speed for enemies and lots of damage. It's actually extremely hard.
Yeah.
So we're only just a taste of some of the new stuff.
Right. So... This is, I assume this is for you the same way Doom is, where you just kind of have it all memorized?
Oh, I found what I was looking for.
Okay.
Your dude's name is actually tal'set, and Turok is a time-traveling Native American warrior, of course. But the title of Turok is passed down every generation to the eldest male, so through primogeniture. Okay. So you are also Turok in the second game where you play as Joshua Fireseed, but you are not the same Turok. All right, there you go. Information. Now we're gonna shoot dudes, and there's blood, and there's a lot of... It's fast, and there's keys, and there's floating power-ups that you collect.
Of course, because this is... Of course.
Also, because it's a PC game, you can have the ability to change a lot of things.
Right.
And, options. Including, FOV, if you're into that kind of thing.
Okay. What is FOV?
Field of view.
Right,
so,
but what is that actually? That's one of those things I'm always told to turn off if something's breaking in my game, but I don't know why.
No. Field of view is just how many degrees of vision your camera is displaying.
Oh, okay.
So a high FOV, if it's 90 or 100 or 110, it'll be a fisheye, but you can see more around you.
Oh, okay.
And a shorter FOV means it actually looks like it's zoomed in. So if you only did a 30-degree FOV, it meant that you were only seeing 30, if you drew a straight line in front of you, and then 15 degrees to the left, 15 degrees to the right, that is the only space you would see. It would cover the whole screen.
Okay.
So if you're looking straight ahead and you consider 45 degrees to the left, 45 degrees to the right, this cone, that would be a 90-degree field of vision.
Oh. Okay. Well, there we go.
So, like, if you watch, like, Quake and some other... This is how fast you die in this stupid mode.
You died. You died.
I died. What good? Meanwhile, 18 years earlier... Let's take a look at the N64 version of Turok.
All right, because you still have that bedazzler thing.
Yeah, look. It's not a bedazzler. It's like dazzle. Yes. Anyways, this is actually just an emulator because it's easier than hooking up all that nonsense.
Right. Oh, okay.
The original, it's in 4x3. It looks pretty much the same. Naturally, the frame rate is not going to be quite as good. Also, the controls are
bad.
Ass. Yeah. You can kind of get a more regular sort of control scheme by using if you work with the emulator settings and some like Joy 2 pad kind of shenanigans, you can get something that resembles a modern shooter.
Right.
But the main problem is that because the original N64 had a control stick they would use to control the direction you're looking, it auto snaps to where it centers your vision automatically. You do not stay looking up. If you look up, you'll automatically snap back into place, which is very awkward for aiming.
Right. Okay. Yes. That I can see that. So these guys are moving a lot slower.
We're also going through the exact same area that we went through just a second ago in the Night Dive version. So this is just an example of one of the areas that they actually changed.
Okay.
Because when I went through the first time, I was like, there should be a thing that I climb up on the left that looks like a rock that leads to an auto shotgun. But there was not.
Right.
There we go. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
He is a time-traveling Native American.
That's true. It's very obvious when the screen gets bigger and everyone is moving so much faster, including you.
This is what I missed the first time. Yes, they moved it over here into this other corner. This room is otherwise new for this area. This guy has a pulse rifle, even though it's red, and the one you get later is actually blue. But spoilers. We got a large energy cell, but we can't actually use that until this is going back to the main run I did back when I died. So getting resurrected at the beginning.
Does that look the same as the N64?
Yeah, because that's basically same animations and all that.
That looked
and
painful.
He still says, "I am Turok."
I am Turok. Yes.
Yeah. So you're aware.
Yeah. So this is all more or less new to me because my experience with all of Turok is what you and your brother showed me many years ago, and that was all Turok 2. Because Turok 2 had the mines that blew off the guy's legs, and I thought that was like mind-boggling that they had locational damage on polygons.
It wasn't just mind-boggling, it was mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing up. Because their mines explode.
I'm trying to come up with... Dang it, I can't come up with a counter-pun. Bad
counter-pun.
Counter-pun.
I had one, but it didn't. In Turok,
yes,
there is a lot of first-person platforming, which is usually terrible. It is okay in this game, mainly because, and this is very important, you can start a jump after you've already fallen off the ledge or the edge of a platform.
Oh.
So you have about, I don't know exactly how long it is, but let's make up a number.
Okay.
Let's say half a second, maybe.
Okay.
After you've already stepped off a ledge where you can do a full jump as if you were still on the ledge. Effectively, this means that all of the ledges are actually wider than they seem. Okay. So you can make more precise jumps than you would seem. It would seem. Plus, when you stop moving, you stop on a dime. So
right, there's no momentum in this game.
You can also use the auto map or the mini map overlay to see the triangle of your player, and it will be exactly where you are. And as soon as you're over where you need to be, you can just stop and you'll just go.
What just happened?
These are the bonus areas that are strewn throughout each of the levels in the first Turok game, which are just the portals. I forget what this is actually called. It has an actual name, like Netherworld portals or something like that. They usually have. Like you can see here, it's usually platforming puzzles, this kind of thing. There'll usually be a much better power-up at the end. So in this case, I think it's going to be, like this, the backpack, which does the same thing as it does in Doom.
More ammo, more items.
Yes, it I think it's exactly like it is in Doom, where it doubles the max ammo you have for all of your ammo types.
Okay.
Which resets upon death, naturally.
Right. Because if you die, you don't get to keep it.
There is ammo down there.
Are you going to go for it?
Let's see. I don't remember if I went through it or not.
It's almost like you recorded this a long time ago.
It was yeah, okay. So that's actually minigun ammo.
Yay!
We actually made it to the end. Now we're back in the past.
With the fog.
In the original version of Turok, you can actually trick the game by just jumping straight up, and it kind of gets confused with your sort of Y position or Z position. I guess it depends on what coordinate system they're using.
Yeah.
And it just gives you items that are above you. I was a little disappointed when that doesn't happen in the new version.
They fixed this glaring error.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Is there fall damage in this game?
There is not.
Okay, good.
You can fall to your death, but that's just because there's endless pits.
Right, they put death triggers. Like it's not like
they're death pits.
It's not, oh, you fell 20 feet. All right, you're dead.
See, now in this particular run, I did not get the auto shotgun.
Right. Which would make this a lot simpler, I'm assuming.
The auto shotgun's pretty cool.
Right.
But the pump action shotgun, it's a pump action shotgun.
Which is
DPS is not as good, but I mean, just it's awesome.
Right.
Just kind of.
Wow, that guy shot fast.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Those hit scanners are no joke, much like they are in Doom.
Right. We're saying much like in Doom a lot more than I thought we were gonna to.
I like Doom a whole lot.
I didn't know.
I thought you would have.
You
missed that job.
You missed. No, Doom is very near and dear to your heart.
Indeed.
So much so, one of the I remember a level of one of the games you were working on at one point. You're like, David, play this. Do you know what this is a reference to? And I was like, no, I don't. He's like,
how do you not recognize the opening room from E1M1? What is wrong with you?
I was like, what's E1M1? He's like, of Doom. And I was like, oh, I've never played Doom. And you got really mad at me.
Understandably so.
Pretty much, yeah. And that was the night I beat Doom for the first time.
Yeah, because you can go through the whole first Doom in 15 minutes. Yeah. 30 minutes if you're being, just kind of lazy about it.
And those are explosive arrows?
Yeah, they're called tech arrows. They're blue explosive arrows. They do splash damage. They can hurt you. And actually, can they hurt you? Maybe not.
Probably. This is an old FPS.
Well, the splash damage on rockets and stuff definitely hurts you. Mm-hmm. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to say definitely, because it has been a really long time since I played the last levels of this game. There's another entrance to the netherworld.
You missed it.
Yeah, I know. You cannot kill the monkeys.
You can't?
You cannot. I'm sorry.
Huh.
You can kill the deer and the pigs, and if you use the knife on them, you can get what's called a mortal wound, which is a talisman that will raise the max HP you have.
Oh, nice.
Which incentivizes, at least in a small way, the getting out. You can use either regular arrows or a knife. So like old school hunting implements.
Okay.
You can get them from killing not just the boars and the... it's actually when you kill anything, I think. So like you can just hunt a raptor with just a straight up knife.
Like you did earlier in the game, yeah.
I didn't get the item out of it though, so I guess it's not quite guaranteed, but oh well.
Do you
this
get
is also
that
an
from
old game.
Knifing dudes, or?
You should be able to.
Okay.
The thing is that I remember that specifically from the N64 version, but I haven't actually picked up any mortal wounds from the remake, so unless they changed the conditions for getting in, which I guess is possible. It'd be kind of a weird change, but it's about 90% the same. Right.
So you're backing up because boss?
Nope.
No.
Just looking at where it's going. We're back in this first area.
Oh, okay.
We have some explosive shells on the ground there. Unfortunately, unlike in Turok 2, you cannot switch back and forth between sub-ammo types. So you just have to go through your explosive ammo if you have it equipped.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that guarantees that you use it. You don't just hoard it all for the last boss fight.
So much... there's one of those.
Hey.
They will reappear. These things will reappear. And there's only about 2, I think, per level. So you'll see repeats.
Okay.
So there should be about 2. You get 100 little coins, and you get an extra life. a video game.
Oh, wait, it's straight up Mario?
Yeah, you get 100. You get an extra life, and he says, "I am Turok."
Is that the only voice clip they had in the original game?
Yes.
Okay.
No, for your main character. A few of the
that's
bosses
what I meant,
say things like, "Hey."
Of course they do.
We've gone back in time. Come on, just grab. Give me the. Come on, I just want the. Come on. Come on.
Is that the one at the very end?
Did it?
Yep. And that's all you wanted?
Yeah, that's all I wanted. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
It's an old FPS, so you actually run extremely fast normally, which is great.
Right.
It's even better when it's at 60 frames a second, which is a definite advantage of the Steam version of the game we're playing.
Right.
But you also move about 33% faster by going forward and to the side at the same time.
Strafe running.
Yeah.
As it should be, honestly.
Yes, it should be, indeed.
I did notice that you have the super perfect pistol that never misses and has zero, aim error.
Yep. There's no sway to the end of that. It always shoots exactly where the crosshair is pointing.
Perfect.
Which is great.
Dark had a pistol like that was its thing, right? That it had zero recoil and always hit?
Probably? So those are called Perlin.
Okay.
I don't know why I remember all these things. I'm actually not even looking these up.
Of course you're not.
As you noticed, the Perlin, when they died, they could still hit you.
Right.
Because they run into you, which is novel at the time. It's actually still kind of novel now.
Yeah, not a lot of enemies do that. There are enemies that explode when you shoot them.
Leapers, I believe is what they're called.
Aptly named.
Aptly named. You can see the minimap display.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that is also very much like
Doom is the minimap. Doom's minimap was a lot more intrusive, though, wasn't it?
That's true. In the original version of Doom, the map it covers the entire screen, the black background.
Right.
I think that some of the source ports later on probably added a mode to have this mode of map.
So it was just the wireframe and not the whole thing?
Yeah. Spiritual invincibility. Good old power-up where everyone goes in slow motion and everything has a great reverb effect on it. This is great. There is a crap ton of cheat codes in Turok Dinosaur Hunter that you can just enter from a menu on the menu that's called Enter Cheats.
So
normally you would get to them by beating the game, and you would get them randomly or depending on difficulty, some other things like that. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the credits, it would give you a few. But of course, they're all known because you just look it up on game FAQs.
Right.
All of the usual suspects for old video games. Invincibility, infinite health, infinite
slow-mo,
ammo,
low gravity.
Not low gravity, but the spiritual invincibility mode that you would see here, where everything is in slow motion. Mm-hmm. Very, very amusing with all of the extremely high damage weapons that you can get later on. This says there's some fantastic weapons in this game.
Right.
The particle accelerator. Fusion cannon, interceptor, quad rocket launcher. We're not going to be getting any of those right now. Right. This is only the first level. But we do have a good combo of weapons by the end of this.
Was this the first FPS with a multi-rocket launcher?
It's a good question.
Oh,
that is possible. Trying to think of when Quick 2?
Hey, you just blew up an arrow right next to you and it didn't hurt you.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Confirmed.
But
I'm also really glad that you swim fast.
Yeah.
Swimming is such garbage in all video games. You got an assault rifle.
Hey. Your assault rifle is like the oldest, least cared for AK-47 I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is a burst fire. It uses bullets, so the same thing for the pistol.
Right, same level of crazy accuracy.
Mm-hmm. It's just much faster.
Right.
The music in Turok is very catchy. It's also very, very moody and appropriate. Lots of tribal drums.
Right. Well, I mean, that makes sense. considering the theme they were going for. The Native Americans aren't known for their use of guitarron.
I suppose not. Actually, Turok 2 has some extremely awesome music. The port of Adia is probably up there on video game tunes, as far as I'm concerned.
It's. I distinctly remember there was a level when you and your brother were playing through Turok 2 for me. It's like, all right, we're just going to sit and listen to this music for a while. Mm-hmm. So it was probably that one.
It was probably exactly that one. It's the first level of the game, too. So
yep.
It's
there it
starts
is.
strong. Starts strong.
Yep. Those beetles.
These beetles are gross.
Yeah. Just considering it's you,
I do not like.
Wait.
Yeah,
what?
Cockroaches.
What did
I
you?
stabbed the guy through the. Look, I'm really good at knifing. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, those beetles are extremely gross, and they're the source of actually a lot of childhood trauma from this very game. Because in World 7, there's 8 levels in the game, so I think it's World 7. There is very large cliffs you have to climb up, but if the beetles fall off the cliff while you're climbing it, they just kind of like fall onto you.
What are those guys doing? Nope. There you
it
go.
is.
They're running
that I can
around
still-
like crazy ass. I don't. What?
It's just I've got like all of like the sound effects of this game are like drilled into my brain. So the one where you shoot a guy and then he goes
Wow.
That's just a sound effect I have in my brain.
So
And I expect someone to grab their ear and flail about while gouts of blood spew out the other side of their head. This is their last gurgle before the end. I wonder if it actually has been in the video.
I don't know.
Talked over it. It might still happen. There's a few minutes left here.
yeah. So for you, it's Turok 2 and Doom, and for me, it's like Final Fantasy Tactics and.
I would not say Turok 2 as much, actually. This first one here, Turok Dinosaur Hunter, probably played like a lot more. Turok 2 was a good sequel, but the N64 version, which required the expansion pack, as far as I know, it's very, very poor performance.
Well, it was the N64, so yeah.
Yeah, which actually makes me pretty excited for a sort of a remaster of it, because just like a version of that game that's pretty much the same, but just like runs really well and is on just higher resolution. I was like, I can get behind that. That sounds pretty fun.
Maybe you'll find that there are bosses you could beat easily, and then you realize it was because the FPS was at 10.
Yeah. This is actually, I've played through a lot more of this game, but I switched off hardcore mode. That is, the bosses are not great. They're just damage sponges for the most part. There's not that many of them, but they are just pretty much damage sponges. So like having them shoot twice as fast, I mean, especially when it's just like an open arena, it's not especially fair.
Right.
So
And they're hit scan, I'm sure.
It's not quite hit scan, but it might as well be hit scan, because the pulse rifle that the first boss uses on you is extremely
frame
fast.
rate high.
Hey, we're back at the past again.
Well, the last few times we went back in the past, the frame rate was still pretty good, but right now it's a little a little chunky. There's water. Yeah.
Yeah, there's water. There's particle effects and stuff going on here.
Yeah. They didn't go the DK64 route of saving memory by making all your floating objects 2D sprites, and oh god, don't look at them from up top. Like,
all the keys.
Yay.
Got it. If you do not get all the keys in the level, you have to do the whole level again.
wait, what?
Yeah. Never leave until you have all the keys.
Fair enough.
Because the levels are very long. They're not nearly as long as they are in Turok 2.
Mm-hmm.
But each level is it's a good probably hour, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not quite that long. That's more of a Turok 2 level, but they are very, very lengthy levels, and there's only 1 or 2 save points period in each of the levels.
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2, and then maybe 1 right before the boss if there is a boss. So we got enough keys for level 2 and level 3, which is the jungle and the ancient city. There are 8 levels total. we'll need special keys to get into the 8th level, which is the last one in the middle, and all of the other stargates will go to the other levels that go around. And that is the hub. That's the hub world that you get to all the rest of them from. Turok Dinosaur is also, as far as I can remember, or as far as I can tell, the first game that had instant kills for sneak attacks or backstab damage. So it is possible, especially in level 5, which has a lot of humanoid enemies, which are like sorcerers and weird crap like that.
Right. Techno mages and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Actually, no, just
straight magic?
Yeah, okay. Just like magic voodoo style. There are lots of like bone motifs. And just dudes summoning fireballs.
Okay.
But there's a lot of... You could... If you got directly behind someone and you used a knife, it would be an instant kill. It doesn't matter if they were a priest or one of the higher level enemies.
Oh.
That was the case on the N64. I don't know if it is still the case on Night Dive's version. I don't see why it wouldn't. But then again,
right.
I have a tendency to notice these microscopic things because I remember a lot of the first game.
Yes, you did spend quite a lot of time playing it, so that would make sense.
Turok Dinosaur is pretty fun. If you would like to play a great version of it, the Night Dive version is really good. I think it's like $20 on Steam. So that is a little steep, especially for a game that's so old.
Right.
But hey, there's always sales and stuff. I'm sure you can find it on some Steam sale. So
it is $19.99 on Steam.
There you go.
As of when we record this, which I won't put a date on because I don't know when you're going to upload it. So
yeah, I don't know either. So Turok was actually based on a comic. So this is not
right. It's not a complete video game creation.
Yeah. Although I'd say the video game is certainly much more well known.
Do you know who wrote the comic?
Let's see.
The internet knows.
Yeah, the internet knows, and just search for it on Wikipedia. And you get the same information that I would have.
Right. So. As somebody who, like, the early FPS thing really wasn't something I enjoyed a lot, the closest thing to an early FPS that I've played a ton is the Time Splitters games, because I absolutely love Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect.
I was there when you played the first one. You're like, this is not good.
You bought me the first one.
I did. It seemed like the thing to do,
right? And I was and I still own it. I will not get rid of it because it is part of part of
the collection.
It's part of it. But yeah, this remake seems like a really good. If you liked, if you thought you might like the older FPSs, but the Time Splitters was the oldest you really got into, this would be a really good game to give a shot to. And yeah, as you said, $20 is a little steep for a 20-year-old game, but it's it's a well done port.
It is quite a good port. And the game is quite fun. It's a very simple game. You run and you gun. It's a run and gun.
Yes.
And you jump and you collect things. Not quite as much as like a rare game, but
right. Yes. I was getting just some thoughts of, the old platformers. It's just like, all right, collect 100 of this thing, go to the next level, collect 300 of it, go to the next level. All right, 700 now. Which, that's while you were playing this game, that's what I was doing with my life. So I think you made the wiser choice. Spyro's good.
As far as Doom-like games, Turok is a really good one of those. There are some others that are good, but I've not played much of, like Heretic, as an example. Was never really a Heretic person, or Hexen, these kinds of things.
Is Heretic the one with the 3 classes that you could play as?
Yes.
Okay.
Or was that Hexen?
I don't remember. One of them had a sequel that was actually pretty good, I think.
Heretic 2's sequel is actually third person.
Right, with
weird.
The book.
I think Hexen 2 was also on N64.
Yeah.
Those did not fare quite as well. The N64 version of Doom is, of course, fantastic. We have spent many moons going through that.
Yes.
And also just Doom I'll probably end up doing a video on Doom as well, because I mean, it's Doom. But Turok is pretty good. Recommend it. And Night Dive Studios is doing good work, so good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Shadow Warrior, that's another old first person
sure.
kind of game.
There's also like Rise of the Triad.
Right. Well,
never really liked that much.
I brought up Shadow Warrior because it's not a great game. I played a little bit of it, and where it was funny, it was kind of funny. But I honestly think the 3D reboot, remake, remaster, reimagining, like redo that came out a few years ago. Yeah, I guess it was like 5, 6, 7 years ago now. It was actually really good. It was really well done. Maybe I'll do a recommendation video on that, or not.
All right. All right. If you enjoyed us rambling about old things that we like, you can consider donating to our Patreon so that we can get more money on a monthly basis, so that we can do this as a primary job, which is not currently what we're at, but hopefully we'll get there.
Get there eventually, we hope. And then you can expect to see a video a day, or not.
Yes,
nope. No,
maybe not.
Maybe just bleep that part out.
That's too much. Yep. I'm going to replace you with a tone again.
Yeah.
And then David went back to his home planet. Whoop, whoop, whoop.